Hi guys, and very nice greetings from Germany. I hope so much you will get my message. I try my best again. I hope you are great and everything's fine with you. You see my face. Detoxing on so many levels. Do you have also such an interesting skin or a dry skin too? It's like I have to drink water. I have to drink water all the time, but my skin is still dry. It's very strange. Yeah, and in this video I'm going to share with you, I don't know how I should describe it in words really, because actually there are almost no words for this. I want to remind you, dear Starseed, why you said yes to Earth. Because I feel it is very, very, very important. And I will share with you what I personally see, what I observe by many starseeds now, and I want to give you some inspiration. I don't know if this resonates with you. Please pick up what resonates with you and leave the rest, because we are all in training, we are all learning, and we are all in this process of recognition. But I had the impulse to turn the webcam on again and to upload a video about this. I want to share with you also what I know about the white hats and the black hats, but it's only my personal feeling and my understanding again. When you watch the previous videos, so then maybe you know what happened last year. 1 year ago, I can't believe it, it happened for almost 1 year ago, that we were in another dimension, or in another matrix, if you will. And we were surrounded by holograms, and when you know this video, so then you know what I'm talking about. And there's definitely so much more going on behind the scenes, as we can see it with our eyes. And this is what many of you feel now. Yeah, it is a very strong energy dynamic. And I want to say, dear Starseed, it's very important that you awaken now. There are so many Starseed souls here on Earth. So many starseed souls here on Earth, but they're not awakened. And the thing is, when you're not awakened, when you not know why you are here, they can use that technology to reprogram you. Yeah, they're using MK Ultra and all this stuff to reprogram you. And they did it with us last year too. Yeah, they tried to reprogram us that we forgot everything and that we don't believe, for example, in the starseed subject, but it's an inner knowing since I'm a child. Yeah, that I saw extraterrestrials, or that I remember other dimensions or other planets, other systems. Or for example, I knew since I'm a child that Michael Jackson was a brother of us. So I called him when I was a child, always brother. Intuitively, I saw him on TV and I called him brother. It was an inner knowing. So even when other children laughed at me, because you know what happened to him in the 90s, that they called him pedophile and all this, what happened to him. And Mr. T was one of the only people which defended him, by the way, till they connect the dots a little bit. Yeah. So, and I had the same thing. I can remember I was at school. Maybe I was 6 or 7 years old when this has started on TV, and that they tried to punish him. My favorite song was the Earth song. What was your favorite song by him? Yeah, I sang always the Earth song at school. He's treating children not good. He's bad to children. Why are you singing Michael's songs? Do you know how I reacted? I said, that's not true. That's not true. And I still listen to his songs. And I can remember I watched the concert of him in Munich, in Germany. It brought tears into my eyes, and I can remember how my higher self said, he's our brother. He's one of us. And they did very strange thing last year. They sent me messages, for example, and they tried to reprogram me. Yeah, they sent me pictures of him, of Michael, for example. And then they said, do you really believe that Michael is a good guy? And then they shared with me a very annoying or very strange picture of a pharaoh, which looked very sick. And they attached a picture of Michael in which he was very weak. That was before he, and he looked similar to this pharaoh. And then this person said, I know you like Michael. Do you really believe that Michael is such a good guy? Look at him. And I felt these programs. It was like, they tried to reprogram me. That I questioned everything what I knew as a child. Then I received a message about Princess Diana. Do you really believe that Princess Diana is such a good person? I know you like her. And I had the same thing with her when I was a child. So this didn't work. And when you don't remember why you are here, they attack us like crazy on this level, that we forget everything. And they tried to, what I figured out was, they tried to reprogram me that I don't believe in starseeds anymore. That I think that starseeds are nonsense, this is not true. Or that we are in a cosmic war, that's also not true, that's nonsense, are you stupid? And that I believe only Jesus is the way. And this is happening to many of us right now too. You have to know that this all is just a simulation here. And everything, almost everything what we know from the system, from the old matrix, is distorted. And this is what's happening to many starseeds, that they trust their distorted teachings. And when you believe their distorted teachings, and that's the annoying thing, they mix up the truth with lies. Always, even in the Bible. There's a little bit truth, but also many lies. So then you feel, you remember, that sounds good. With Jesus, for example, that he took an important role, but in his real form. And not as the hologram Jesus with the long hair. In his real form, they took an important role here. So there's a little bit truth, but many lies. Even in the spiritual community is the same. And what I saw last year, as we stayed in this dimension, but I'm not sure if this is true. They do it with so many of us now. To confuse us, that we don't know what is wrong and what is right. But I think every starseed comes down to Earth. And actually, you know what's going on. But they control the simulation over thousands of years. And the simulation goes up to the 8D dimension. As long as we have a physical body, it's like you have a me consciousness. Yeah, you are an external being, I'm an external being. As long as we feel light and shadows, right? It's like external from each other. But what is changing is that we, at one hand, deal with shadows differently. We shine light onto the shadows, and we know that we are the light. We don't chase the light. This is the consciousness level by the dark ones, that you are chasing the light. But you are the light. In my opinion, these are the distorted, narcissistic gaslighting teachings. That even we spiritual people, we starseeds and light warriors never unite. We never see what is really going on here. And I don't know if I got this for real, but I saw that this game goes up to 8D. And do you know why? This cosmic wars took place at first in higher dimensions. It has started in April 2020. I talked about it on my previous videos. Because at one hand everything was out of balance. We had too much darkness up to the 8D dimension, and even the Pleiadians, the Syrians, the Lyrans, they were not free. The darkness took over control, and they were programmed by the AI all. They were all controlled by their AI, by their technology. And then I asked myself last year, who created this? Who? And then I received a message, the Anunnaki, it was them. In the Bible also known as the fallen angels, because they lost their place in heaven. And AD is, if you will, the boulder. Or look at this symbol here. Do you see that? It represents 8. They work with symbols always. And you can see the similarities almost everywhere. And I want to say, this game goes up to 8D. These are the Whiteheads, for example. Or the Syrians, the Andromedans. These are all the Whiteheads. And they play the good guys. But it was all rooted in their simulation. And this is the illusion behind the illusion. And the Blackheads, the baddies, they are called the Dracos, the Reptilians, the Negative Grays from Orion, and so on. And the Anunnaki, if you want so, these are the most high frequent baddies, but they lost their place in heaven. In the Bible also known as Lucifer. It's true. And actually all the simulation didn't exist before. We all had the place in heaven. And heaven starts, if you will, at 90. That's why the Arcturians, for example, are free from this as well. And they can observe everything from above. They see the entire simulation because they are 9-dimensional or even higher. So, and if you will, 90 is the realm of heaven in which you feel unity. Everything is in peace and you have free will, because many people got this question, but we had a free will. We had a free will. So here on earth we have a free will. We had just the illusion of free will. Everything was programmed by the AI. Everything. So, for example, you say to yourself, today I'm responsible for my own life. I quit my job. For example, because I want to break my comfort zone. So you experience that and it is real. That you experience this, you break your comfort zone, you want to do another job, you quit your old job, and then you say to yourself, that was my free will. But actually even this was located and programmed by the AI. That you will experience this. And no one was able to change the destiny. Because the AI told you which character you will play and which destiny you will have. And the AI is known in the Bible as God. They created also a hologram of God. And Jesus, for example, in the Bible is also just a hologram. They mix up the truth with lies. That you feel, you are curious because you want to remember who you are. Or even with the spiritual teachings, the distorted gaslighting teachings, you feel, law of attraction. Is that working? Karma. Is this true? Is it not true? But all this is rooted in this simulation here. So, and what happened is, that's why it has started in higher dimensions to bring back justice. Because this, what is happening now, is the order from the real source. Because there is a real source. And it does exist real angels. And the real Arcturians too. It is an order by them. That's why this is happening. And this is a big gift. And do you know why so many starseeds are here? Because we wanted to destroy the matrix from within. Our galactic team is doing it from above down, and we from womb. This is our mission here. And not that we fall for their illusions, or that we divide and judge each other again, that we never unite. I can remember when I figured this out, that so many spiritual teachings are distorted, that we are always in division, in separation. Then we call each other, you are in trouble, you were not positive enough, you have to manifest more. But everything was programmed by the AI. Everything. No one was able to change his destiny. And then I understood why there were souls, for example, which experienced always the same. That's why it took place in higher dimensions, because it is the gift by the souls that all souls are free now. They are free from this control by this technology. No one was able to change his destiny. And when you believe, now I changed my destiny, I'm responsible for my own life, it was all controlled by the AI. Everything. That's why even the Pleiadians or the Syrians, they were not free. What is really true and what is wrong? And that's an infinite process. And I want to say, they wanted you to believe that many movies or cartoons, animes are not true. And I share with you some pictures, and I felt this is very, very true. For example, when you know Dragon Ball Z, it's an anime, I felt when I was a teenager that this anime is very, very true. It felt very familiar to me, and I talked about it on my previous channel. For example, the story with Frieza, the bad guy. He's the emperor of the universe. He turned the entire universe into darkness, Frieza, and he destroys planet Vegeta. And I figured out that they share with us this cosmic wars from Vega and Mintaka. So even the name Vegeta, yeah, I feel Vega and Mintaka in it. It is both. Yeah, and they share with us this cosmic wars and what happened there. And Frieza, for example, when I see this being, I share with you this.
Oh, yes. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lord Frieza. Welcome.
I believe you'll find that the pleasure is all mine.
Anyway, I'll get straight to the point. I'm retiring effective immediately. From this moment on, Frieza will be your commander.
This is the energy of the Dracos. And they enslaved, for real, many, many, many galactic sisters and brothers. And the darkness took over control everywhere. That our cosmic sisters and brothers were enslaved and they feared them, they were scared. They were scared because they took over control and they were very powerful. Many people underestimate them, for example the Dracos. They are very intelligent, but they are cold, very cold, like Frieza.
Hello, monkeys! I have such high expectations for you. For your sake. I hope you live up to them. To commemorate my rise to power, I brought along new combat items to aid you in your servitude. These devices are called scouters.
And they have a scouter. Yeah, they use a technology which is scanning your power level. Or in other words, your frequency. And when they see there were some, yeah, cosmic brothers and sisters which were too powerful, then they destroyed them. And they tried to stop them. That's, for example, also one of these spiritual teachings which I feel they are distorted.
Let's see, the Saiyan hiding in that tower has a battle power of 2,000. That's quite an impressive number. I assume you get the picture? They're useful, are they not?
When you know Dragon Ball Z, for example, I feel that's more true. Why is Frieza destroying planet Vegeta? Because Frieza believed, or he was scared, that the Saiyans will become too powerful one day and maybe they will stop him. When you know this. So he only destroyed this planet because he believed they will be dangerous. So they used this scouter and they tried to stop these people which are very strong and powerful in this anime. Or when you know the Cell episodes, I share with you a scene This is a reptilian being, for example.
Come on out, Cell. I know you're here. You're so lame, sneaking around like the boogeyman. What's your plan, Cell? To kill me and take my time machine to the past? You're having trouble finding the androids, huh? I bet you just long to absorb them.
What? How do you know all this?
I read your palm, big guy. You have a short lifeline.
So, you're a joker, huh? Well, I don't like your jokes. I subscribe to a different kind of amusement than you Earthlings.
These are the reptilians, and especially the Cell episodes. This triggered me so much when I was a teenager, and I felt, oh my gosh, this is so true. Trunks from the future. He has a time machine. He's able to change the timelines, and he uses a time machine.
That's right, but there wasn't much to learn. You need to absorb a couple of androids. Well, not in this time. I've already made sure of that.
Huh? You did? No way. That's not possible. Wait. I see. You're bluffing, aren't you? Your data makes that clear. That's right, Trunks. I know a lot more about you than you know about me. You fool. How dare you? You're a peon compared to me. Yes, the data shows that you're no match for the androids, and you're certainly not a match for me.
Oh, yeah? Well, see, I just destroyed both of the androids.
And there's a very evil doctor in this episode. His name is Dr. Giru, and they have a secret labor. And nobody knows where this labor is in Dragon Ball Z, but only Trunks, Goku, and the good guys, the white hats if you want so, they know where the labor is, and they try to stop Dr. Giru to create all these androids. And the crazy thing is, in English, because I watched the English episodes too, they say Android 19, right, to the cyborgs. They call them Android 19. Do you know what they say in German? C19, C18, C20. And Dr. Giru is creating these cyborgs, and they're called C19, C20, and I was like, oh my fucking gosh. It sounds similar to a very famous, and that's a secret labor, and this doctor is called Dr. Giru in this anime. And he creates all these sea beings, so oh my gosh. And the crazy thing is that the main character, Goku, he's a Saiyan. He's a real Saiyan. Goku gets sick. And he gets sick by a new virus. And nobody knows what it is. And because Trunks from the future has a time machine, he predicted it, that this will happen to Goku. And he brought him some medicine from the future. And Trunks saved Goku's life. Because it's a new virus which is appearing. And they talk about in German, C19, C20. These episodes are so crazy. And Frieza, the Dracos, right? They arrive on Earth too.
And now, you two are going down.
One thing is certain. If nothing else, I'd say this little creature's quite the comedian.
And every starseed has another purpose. Has another purpose, another mission. And Arcturians, and that's the interesting thing. The Arcturians, because they're coming from the 9D dimension, so if you will, they are free from this simulation. The Pleiadian group, the Syrian group, for example, they were, I have to say, they were part of the simulation too, if you will. Because they played the good guys. And there are the bad guys. It's like you watch movies. So you see Frodo, Gandalf against Sauron. Gandalf, Frodo, Legolas, these are all the whiteheads. It's all them. They all want to bring back justice, love, and their intention is freedom. Freedom. We want to break the slavery. Freedom. Love. And Sauron is controlling Middle-earth. And he wants to turn Earth into darkness. Other anime. This anime is called Anime X. It does exist episodes, and it does exist a movie. The movie is very horrible and brutal. And in this anime, it is about the end of the world. I felt always this anime is so true.
There is great power within these barriers which have come to be known as the Dragons of Heaven. And these are the Dragons of Earth. The powers that can obliterate these barriers and destroy the world. The ones who lead those powers are called the Seven Angels. And only the Seven Seals can stop them and protect the Dragons of Heaven. The battle between the Dragons of Heaven, the Seven Seals, and the Dragons of Earth, the Seven Angels, that is the battle for the end of the world. If the Dragons of Heaven are defeated by the Dragons of Earth, the world will be destroyed. This is the future that I saw. Conaway, it is you who can change the future you have just seen, who can prevent it from coming to pass. Guide the Seven Seals, Conaway, be their leader, and save us from this terrible future.
Me?
You should already be aware of your power.
Dragons of Heaven are here to protect the population. In this anime, the Dragons of Earth are here to destroy the entire population. They want to kill all humans, and they want to turn Earth into darkness. These are the Dragons of Earth. These are the Black Hats, if you want so, and they are similar. This anime is also so crazy. At one hand, the FBI agents appearing in this anime, and there is a member, it's a girl. She is a member of the Dragons of Earth, and she uses a computer. And this computer is called Beast. Beast, and she is one with this computer. Everywhere. She's fully one with the technology and with this computer, which is called Beast. And she is able to control the technology here, and she can hack into every server. She can control everything. It's so crazy. And even this logo, I share this with you.
One, zero. A world in which every event can be observed by using just zeros and ones. A realm beyond the reach of human consciousness. A simple, unornamented space made possible only by computers. And the world that I love the most.
So this anime is so crazy. They shared this with us. And the Dragons of Heaven. Yeah, these are the white hats. They want to help us. But, and this is the interesting thing in this anime. And I saw the same thing last year. In this anime, the Dragons of Heaven and the Dragons of Earth, they say always that no one is able to escape his destiny.
Do as you wish. But I have only one thing to tell you. No one can escape their destiny. It's impossible.
Shut up. I couldn't care less about destiny. Answer me. Who is it?
It was my destiny to be born as one of the Seven Seals. And I've learned to accept that.
I want to make too much advertisement for this. And she tries to change his destiny. Because she falls in love with other Dragons of Heaven member. They are a couple. And because she loves him so much, she wanted to save his life, because actually it is his destiny that he will die. This is what he knows. Yeah, that he will die. Because she tries to change her destiny and to save his life. But all this that she tries to change her destiny, to save his life, was part of the destiny. So even when she tries it, everything was predicted by the AI, if you want. So she tried it, to change it, to save his life. His destiny was fulfilled and he died. So that was the thing for real here.
It also means he who hunts the authority of God. You mustn't go off on your own with Conaway like that, my dear sister Hinoto. And how devious of you not to tell him the crucial facts.
And just who might you be?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Conaway. My name's Conaway. I am Hinoto's younger sister. I'm not a true dream seer, but I do have the ability to enter the dreams of others. So whatever my sister is dreaming about, I can see as well as she can.
You must stay out of my dreams, Conaway. You are not welcome here.
What crucial fact?
Details. Get over here as soon as you can.
Understood.
Am I interrupting your playtime, Satsuki?
No, actually I just finished.
So tell me something. Is that boy really the true Conaway?
According to Beast, the answer is yes.
Well, I have no doubt that one of the Seven Seals has contacted Conaway. It will finally begin. It's going to be fun. Have Yuto wait here when he arrives. I'll be upstairs. I've got work to do.
Work?
An editing job. My boss has an important speech coming up. I wouldn't want him to embarrass himself.
And all the characters, like the Dragons of Earth, the Dragons of Heaven, no one is able to change his destiny. Even not the Black Hats, even not the Dragons of Earth. Even when they were the creator of this simulation here. And this goes up to AD. And they lost all their place in heaven. And I feel it was the Anunnaki group. They created the simulation and they lost their place in heaven. Yeah, and Kamui, if you will, he's both. He's a black hat and a white hat. He's both. That's why he's saying, oh, come on. It makes no sense, I choose my own destiny. Kamui is choosing to be a dragon of heaven too. Because he wants to protect a girl. And he loves her. That's why he chooses to be a dragon of heaven. And then automatically he's in this war. And he has no idea what's going on. But then it's like the AI is predicting his destiny. And he's part of the simulation of this game. And Kamui's like totally paralyzed. I don't want to make too much advertisement how he protected Earth. But I can tell you, at the end, he's not choosing any side. And he chooses his own destiny, and he is able to transmute everything. It's taking place behind the scenes, and the normal population has no clue what is happening in this anime. The same with Dragon Ball Z. Nobody knows that Trunks from the future and Goku and his team, they're destroying the labor of Dr. Gero. Nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. It's the same thing. Yeah, and when you are part of it, when you are one of them, then you know what's going on. But the normal population has no clue what's going on. And it explains only your purpose. You are not better than other people, but it explains only your purpose, and that's why so many starseeds are here now. This, what is happening now, is the will of the free universe. It is the will of real heaven. That we are all free now. Even the Pleiadians, Syrians, they are all free now. Everything is free in higher dimensions. It goes up to AD. That's why it took place in higher dimensions first. And they were so happy. We saw them last year in April 2020. We saw non-physical objects on the sky almost every night. Plasma objects, and they moved like this on the sky, like that, or they looked like ghosts, spirits. I can remember one time I sang in light language during the night, and then immediately an object appeared, like that, and I sang in light language. It was so magical, and I told Marcel, look at them, they are so happy, because they are free now too. Because they were not free. It was similar to Dragon Ball Z with Frieza. He was the emperor of the entire universe, and he enslaved every planet. That was the problem. Even higher dimensions, we had too much darkness. And many of them were slaves. And this comes down now into our reality. And this comes down from the free universe. From heaven, from the real souls. I saw last year a picture. I can't explain if this was true or not, because so many starseeds are here on Earth now, and I saw last year a hand from my galactic team. I saw a picture last year as we stayed in this crazy dimension. When you watch the previous videos about it, as we stayed in this dimension, I saw a hand. And it was a hand of my galactic team. And then I saw a hand. It looked like that, like this. And this hand went down poof, to their simulation. And then I saw poof, how it exploded. I don't know if this is true, but I saw this last year as they attacked us so horrible. Yeah, as we saw this massive Tesla 5G towers in Leipzig in Germany, and as Ashtar appeared as a hologram, I talk about this, then I called them. And then I saw this hand. It was a hand. And I saw there was a energy on this finger. Yeah, and then I saw this hand and then poof, like that. And then I saw how the border of the simulation or whatever poof, exploded. That's what I saw. Then I described to Marcel what I see with my third eye, and then I said, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is true, but I think our galactic team is trying to save our life now. So I don't know if this was true. Maybe it was just holographic and nothing would happen to us. But this was very crazy. I talked about it on my previous videos. We were in Leipzig. Ashtar was there at this day. He was a real person, almost 2 meters tall. We saw holographic spaceships on the sky. It was all AI. It was all not real. We saw massive Tesla 5G towers. It was a mix of Tesla and 5G. We saw labors there. Supermarkets which looked like a labor. Very strange. They had this, yeah, they were round, very strange. And they created thunderstorms and rain. And the electricity came out of these 5G towers. And then they created rain. Very, very dark clouds. And they looked very strange. And they moved super, 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 super fast. And Marcel and me tried to use telekinesis and to change the direction, and we succeed. We visualized this, we made this, and then we were able to change the clouds, that they move into the other direction. But they created more clouds, and they were straight, very dark, a storm and rain. And then they turned this 5G towers on. Maybe it was just the illusion and nothing would happen, I don't know. And then I called them. So please help us. We are in danger, please help us. And then I saw this hand. It's so crazy, even in Harry Potter, they have names of the stars. For example, Sirius Black. Sirius Black, he's a whitehead, a Syrian being, and he's able to be a wolf. And the blackheads, Bellatrix Lestrange. Bellatrix is a star in the Orion constellation, and she's a blackhead. The negative grace from Orion and the negative reptilians from Orion. Crazy, isn't it? I don't know if this metaphor is true with this. What I saw last year, I don't know. But if this is true, then I understand why the fourth Akashic records is collapsing and why the old matrix and the simulation here is collapsing now. I don't know if this is true. Please pick up what resonates with you and receive these codes, because it's helping you to remember who you really are. The codes from the source are coming down now. And that's the big, big gift, because all portals are open. So, and I feel the whiteheads, they are the controller of the AI now. It's them. It's not the blackheads anymore. But they act like they are very powerful here on Earth. But actually, they took over control, is what I feel. The whiteheads do it now. Yeah, these are the Pleiadians, the Syrians, the Andromedan people. which were part of the simulation too. But we need the spirit of transition. That's why so many starseeds are coming down to Earth, because we knew this time it will work. This time it will work. That's why so many of us are here now. So I don't know if this makes sense. Thank you very much for listening. And as I said, maybe I'm wrong as well. Or maybe I was wrong many times. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. You have only this little precious moment. And see that you are here for a reason.